All right, guys, what's on the menu for this morning? I am making air fryer cinnamon churros. Let's see if I can get a picture there for you. Minus the chocolate sauce, because as usual, missing a key ingredient like chocolate chips. I also don't have any whipping cream, so. But a churro is a churro. It doesn't necessarily need the sauce, right? This is the part I don't like about cooking from a cookbook, is that I don't have a cookbook stand. So, it's a challenge finding a place to actually house the book where I can read it and it's hands-free. Currently, it is in my stack of cast iron pans over here. While I'm doing this, I'm actually going to start myself a cup of coffee. So hopefully, I'll also help keep me from coughing too much. So in a pan, ideally one that is stick proof. These are Gotham copper pans. As long as you don't actually get them scratched up by using improper tools, they work really well and they stay non-stick. Our frying pan from this set has definitely seen better days. Why did my Keurig just kick itself off? Weird. All right, so in this pan, I've turned the power on. Turn the burner on. You'll probably see the smoking a little bit. It's pretty typical for here. So when I make tortillas, I cook them straight on the burner. So I always have a little bit of residue left on there when I go to use the burner again. So to the pan, you're going to add a half a cup of water. Quarter teaspoon of salt. I need to add to my grocery list because I don't have any granulated left. All I have is my rock salt and my over there, my big shaker, which makes it quite a challenge to measure. Quarter cup of butter, which translates to 4 tablespoons or half a cube, depending on how you want to measure that. Thank you. Melt those down. Now, obviously, if you start with soft butter, it's going to melt a little faster. I did not. Sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. Still dealing with a little bit of nausea. And I hit the wrong button on my coffee pot, which, happy Monday morning to me. I just made a huge mess. sop up the liquid there. I'll clean up the rest of that mess a little bit later. Anyway, I'm still feeling a little nauseous from whatever this virus is that's going on. And unfortunately, sometimes when I start coughing, it's more than just nausea. Now, I was just reading double checking the directions there, and it actually says 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons. So 6 tablespoons, or 1/4 cup plus 2, 3/4 of a cube, depending on how you want to look at that. Just realized that extra 2 tablespoons of butter wasn't supposed to go in here. So it'll probably be a little extra buttery. And we're going to reduce the heat to medium. Fortunately, I know where my knobs are and what the settings are. So I can do that without having to move my book again. Just slowly add in the flour. Mixing and cooking at the same time. Now, I've never made churros before. I've seen them made. I've never done it myself. I was going through my cookbook over here last night. I thought, oh, those look really good. Give those a try tomorrow. So, you want to stir it. You'll see it makes it a soft dough. It's probably a little softer than it's supposed to be because I put too much butter in it at this point. That's okay. You cook it on medium heat for approximately 3 minutes. I'm going to pause you for a moment while I move to the other side of my kitchen. Alright, now you transfer to a bowl. Doesn't have to be a glass bowl necessarily, but I don't know anything other than glass bowls for my kitchen, for my cooking. And you're just going to stir this around. What you're doing here is you're cooling it off because we're getting ready to add eggs to this dough, and we don't want to scramble the eggs. So if we add them to a super hot dough, we're going to cook the eggs rather than incorporate them. It's also why I went with a big bowl, so that I can really move it around. Get it spread out so that it cools off quicker. Because again, who wants to sit for 20 minutes on a video watching dough cool off, right? Another trick to cooling this dough off quickly would have been to refrigerate or even freeze the bowl ahead of time. Again, I'm just kind of mushing it up against the walls to get it spread out. For no other reason but to help get it cooled off faster. I'm going to let that sit for a sec, and I'm going to duck down and out of this very bottom drawer right here in front of me, grab my piping bags. Problem, my tips aren't in here. That's not good. But we'll have an altered solution, because I have this nifty difty little tool here. I've never really gotten good at using, to be honest. It's actually a cookie press. So you stick the tip in, screw it down, stick the dough in here. And then, you know, you just squish, 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 squish. The problem I've always had is actually with my arthritis. But this actually seems like it's a pretty loose dough, so heck, why not give her a shot? So I have the star tip on there as well. Set everything else off to the side. Of course, that means I'm gonna need a spoon. Oh, I guess I would have needed a spoon anyway, wouldn't I? You're gonna add your eggs one at a time. Stirring to incorporate completely in between each addition. So get that dough off the walls. Now, this recipe also, this dough has to chill for a half an hour in the refrigerator before you pipe it for the air fryer, which is gonna work out great for me since the basket for my trusty dusty foodie over here is currently in the dishwasher because I used it last night for hamburgers. So it's in the middle of being washed. So 1 egg. So by the time the dough has been refrigerated for that 30 minutes, then my dishwasher should be done. I can get my basket. I also need to check my foodie because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember whether or not the internal pot actually went through the dishwasher last night or not. So I have to double check and because if it didn't, I will also wash that while I'm off camera. I wish I had a different spoon. I should have a different spoon. This is one of my favorite spoons, so I kind of go to it naturally, but it's not really working for me during this project. And I think it's because it's got the angled handle, which normally serves as a benefit, but not so much when you're trying to stir. So here's what your dough looks like. Give this a quick rinse out. Just because it's been in that Ziploc bag doesn't necessarily mean it didn't collect some sort of dust. So downside to this is that I don't think all this dough is going to fit in this container in a single go, which means I'm going to have to load it twice. Or more than once. Although I guess in reality, it's not all going to fit as one single batch of churros anyway. Squirting out already. I was gonna check and make sure I didn't have any air bubbles in there. That is a really small tip. But midstream, we're going to change devices. This is the big brother. Now this has two separate options. It's got these little, for making like the star, like I'm trying to do for this one. Which, by the way, I'm gonna pull this out and empty. Ew, that looks gross. I'm gonna quote my granddaughter right now. You hear that? Sounds like a train. Put all those pieces in the sink, in the soapy water. Now, not only does that have these kind of pieces, it's also got these for making shaped cookies. Apparently you can make camel shaped cookies. I guess now that I'm not working, I could start. I'm sure my husband would absolutely appreciate it if I started, like, you know, making homemade cookies and stuff since I'm home all the time. I mean, as it is, he has enjoyed the benefits of you know, home cooked dinners, and you know, dinner's usually ready when he gets home. Not so much so much lately since I've been sick. It's been a lot of quick and easy dinners. There have been a couple nights where I've been sound asleep when he's gotten home from work. So dinner clearly had not been cooked yet. So this goes in. And you just crank the handle down. Now to extrude the stuff, you crank the handle. But I don't want to do that yet. I didn't mean to do it, but we're just going to set that off to the side. So I'm going to set this in the refrigerator. It's got to chill for 30 minutes, and then we'll come back, fire up the air fryer. Got my cinnamon sugar all ready to rock and roll. So stay tuned. Well, apparently I wasn't recording. 30 minutes has been up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's not going to do so well for my OCD. So I'm going to do some finagling here. We're going to get 10 in there. My foodie is hot. Preheated to 380 degrees. These are going to cook for 10 minutes at that temperature. And my foodie goes 375 and then 390. There's not a 380 degrees on mine. So I'm going to go 375. I'm going to cook them for 12 minutes versus 380 degrees at 10 minutes. And hopefully that hopefully that will be sufficient. Air fryer, temperature 375. Set it for 12 minutes. And then we will be back. So I have my butter melted. And I have my cinnamon sugar ready. To then have my breakfast. Alright. Actually, I got 2 minutes left, so I don't need to cook them as long as I was thinking I would need to. So dip in the butter, roll in the cinnamon. Oh, I'm gonna turn this. I don't want to burn my arm again. It kind of hurts. I put a couple in at a time. gosh, they smell so yummy. I should have put that back in the refrigerator. Back in the butter. I'm back in the cinnamon sugar. Dishwasher suddenly making a odd noise. See how they taste. Let you guys look first. Yummy. Now, if I had some powdered sugar, I would do some powdered sugar glaze, but yum. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Ooh, and hot. Alright, so I'm going to get the rest of the batter done. Get the rest of these cooked up. May or may not be any left when my husband gets home from work. Time will tell there. But I will get that recipe typed up and get it on my community tab for you guys. Really good. Real quick, there definitely will not be anything left when he gets home because that's all the dough that was left. So I will have myself 13 little mini churros for breakfast.